Well, welcome, Sarah. I'm so excited to have you coming to Tubac. I don't know if you know much about our little school, but we started last year, and it was the idea of my mentor to start the school, and he passed away before he got to see it really get going. And I stepped in and said, "Okay, I'll run it." So that's where we
Wow.
are.
What a beautiful way to carry on his legacy is to actually start and run the school that was his dream.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty exciting. We're really enjoying it, and we feel so blessed to have amazing artists like you coming to teach here.
Yeah, I'm excited to come there. I can't remember how you popped up on my radar. I must have stumbled across your beautiful promotions on Instagram or Facebook for your other workshops. And I just thought, why have I never heard of this?
Following you and your incredible sketches.
Thank you.
I'm so impressed by the way you sketch.
Thank you. Well, like I always say that the best thing you can do to improve your painting that's not painting is sketch and draw a lot from life.
So, how long have you been painting?
Well, I've been painting in my current incarnation for almost 11 years now. And by my current incarnation, I mean like having an Etsy shop. I got started in 2008 with daily painting, the daily painting movement. And I did real traditional daily painting, one a day, 5x7s and 6x6s for 2 or 3 years.
Oh, really?
And that was huge for just my improvement and growth. But like the first time I ever oil painted, I was 10 years old. And that's a story in itself. But
Yeah. How did you get a hold of oil paints at 10?
well, I had a private art teacher who was fantastic, and she's the person that first exposed me to it. But I mean, I still remember what that was like to open up those tubes for the first time as a 10-year-old and smell that paint. And this was back when we still had stinky turpentine and everything smelled so good. And
And
she
a
took
little
me, yeah, so she is the one that got me to use oil paint for the first time. And I kept using it through high school, but I did some more kind of abstract from my imagination paintings, and I dabbled with working from life. And then I went to art school and I got exposed to my first real painting classes. And I had a great experience in art school. I went to MICA, Maryland Institute College of Art in Baltimore.
huh?
And, a lot of artists complain about their art school experience. Like, I didn't learn anything and it was a waste of time. And that's like the opposite of my story. I still answer questions in workshops all the time with, why do I do that? Everything from why do I use these particular colors to why do I lay out my palette in a certain way? And the answer is because someone told me to do it that way in Painting 101 in 1997, and I just never stopped. I think half the battle is figuring out what works for you by exposing yourself to lots of different teachers and methods. But then once you got that, don't change it.
Right, right.
So, so
Um,
yeah, so
did you grow up in Maryland, or
no, I grew up in Cleveland, but Baltimore is only a 6 or 7 hour drive from Cleveland. It's not far, but the climate's a lot nicer.
and you're
Born and raised in Cleveland. Now I
in
live in Eugene, Oregon, and I've been out here for going on to 11 or 12 years, I think I've been out here in Oregon. So I live here now. It's nice.
So tell me more about what you're going to be teaching here in Tubac.
So, like I said, I got started kind of rolling on this painting still life thing 10 or 11 years ago with daily painting. My paintings got bigger. After a few years, people started asking me, do you teach? And I said, well, no, I don't. Why do you ask? And I started teaching probably 2012, 6 years ago, just to see if I liked it or not. And I found out really quickly that I loved it. And that was just sort of local classes. And then through the magic of the internet, people started asking me if I would come and teach at their location on Facebook. And so maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I started traveling and doing this painting the dynamic still life workshop around the country. I also teach alla prima portrait painting and figure painting, and I teach a couple variations on the still life workshop. I teach a lot of introduction to oil painting for beginners, which I love because it keeps me in touch with that beginner's mindset. You know, I'm not that far from the beginning of my painting career. I remember the struggles of the beginner and what it was like to really start to figure out these problems.
Right.
And
Right.
teaching keeps me in touch with that. But this 3-day painting the dynamic still life alla prima is definitely my flagship workshop. It is the deal. And in 3 days, what we do is we pretty much do 2 complete paintings, but we also do some of my favorite warm-up exercises, which are great for either warming up for a day in the studio or getting back into painting when you've been away for some time. But in my workshop, so the first 2 days, we go through my whole process for planning a painting step by step. We start off with thumbnail sketches. And first, I want to say that I set up these really cool they're almost like a still life landscape on a low table. And I put 4 to 6 artists around each still life station. It's like coffee table height or knee height. So you're getting a bird's eye view of the still life, but there's a lot to choose from. Really colorful subjects and a bunch of different little vignettes within each table. So you don't necessarily have to paint the thing that's closest to you. You get to pick and choose from this whole still life landscape what appeals to you most, whether it's, I've always loved lemons, I'm really drawn to those lemons, or you just like maybe orange and blue together as a color combination. So that's so that you would pick like a zone of the table that had that color combination, whatever it is that's attracting you. And we start with thumbnail sketches, 3 possible compositions based on whichever piece of the still life you choose. And then we do a value study in black and white. And I am a huge proponent of drawing and sketching, but I'm an even bigger proponent, if it's possible, of painting in black and white oil paint. And so we make a value study that looks something like this.
Those are the things I was always attracted to watching your Instagram feed.
I love doing these. And this is real simple. It's probably 5 values of black and white oil paint mixed up just quickly and really painting just the general idea of this still life.
I see.
And you can see this completed. Yeah, so we do one of these, and this helps us plan our composition, but we also talk about how the actual value structure of the painting influences the composition. So like the large light shapes versus the large dark shapes. How much of your painting is light, how much is midtone, how much is dark, and how that affects composition. It's not just where you put the apple. It's the whole value structure. And so you can actually see the finished color painting for this sketch is behind me
Oh, I
on the
see.
wall. Yeah.
Wow.
So on the first day, we go through the process of thumbnail sketch to value study to underpainting, critique at the end of the day, of course, so we can step back and look at everybody's work together, because it's so nice to just look at everybody's work up on the wall, take a deep breath, listen to me talk about everybody's work, and just sort of sit back and relax. It's really fun. And then on the second day, I will do a painting demo in the morning for an hour or so, beginning to apply color to the underpainting, and then students do it, and they get to spend the rest of day 2 completing their painting. And I'm telling you, once you've walked through the thumbnails and the value study and really worked on your underpainting, the finished products come out so nice. I'm just consistently blown away. And then on the third day of the workshop, we do my favorite warm-up exercises in the morning. We impose limitations, all kinds of limitations. First, we do an exercise I call stroke autonomy, where I limit the brush strokes. We do 20 brush stroke and the 10 brush stroke. You see that all over my Instagram.
Yeah, I do, but I can't imagine myself accomplishing
Well,
that.
it's a lot easier than it looks. The main thing you learn from that exercise is how much you can really get done with one brush stroke. And I mean, a brush stroke begins when the brush touches the canvas and it ends when you pick it up. So if you get a lot of paint on that brush, you could cover a lot of ground.
Right.
The point is, we often don't. We don't get the most out of our brush stroke that we could because we aren't taking a risk with really putting a lot of paint on that brush, or we're afraid to, or something. It's like,
Or noodling.
yeah, we don't even know what our tools can do. We haven't tested them, we haven't taken them to the limit. And then the second exercise is 20-minute paintings. So we go
Uh,
from 20 brushstroke paintings to 20-minute paintings, where you can do as many brushstrokes as you want in 20 minutes, but just pushing yourself, just to shake it up. And that's a whirlwind 3 days, but that's how it goes.
Sounds like students will learn a lot in those 3 days.
I hope so. And then of course we finish it up with another critique, just to get a chance to look at everybody's work, because it's so great to see what we've accomplished. And yeah, you make a lot of stuff and you learn a lot of stuff. And the great thing about workshops that I've learned from taking workshops myself is that you always get one or two really good nuggets, but you have to let it sink in for a little while before that kind of filters up to the top. There's so much, but I bring a handout. So everything is there in the handout for you to review. I think my handout is now like 15 pages. It's getting out of control, but so it's all there for you to review. And yeah, it's a good time. I love it. I love teaching. I learn something myself every time I do it. So I'm really looking forward to coming to Tubac. And,
Oh, it's going to be great. And you're coming the first weekend of November,
hmm,
and it's for 3 days. And all the information is on our Facebook page, and you can look up Sarah's website and get a better insight into her work.
yeah, my website is at sarahsedwick.com. That's SARAHSEDWICK.com. And on Instagram, I'm at Sedwick Studio. So yeah, please look me up and come to Arizona and join me. I hear it's beautiful that time of year.
Well, Sarah, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And
Pleasure.
we're looking forward to having you here.
Great. Well, I will see you in a month and a half.
All right, sounds great. Bye.
Bye.